I can.
Namaste.
Good afternoon, Dr. Ramesh, Professor Ramesh Sharma ji. Good afternoon, Professor Okan Aksu from Turkey. Good afternoon, sir.
డాక్టర్ ఆల్కోఫ్రీకి ఎటువంటి రంగు రుచి మరియు వాసన ఉండదు కనుక మీరు సులభంగా వారికి అందించగలరు. మీరు కోరుకునే వారి ఆరోగ్యం.
We will wait for another 2 minutes, Dr. Douglas. It is 3:58. All right.
Yes, sir.
ఔషధం ఈ డాక్టర్ ఆల్కోఫ్రీ మందు సిగరెట్ల
Good afternoon, Professor Sharma ji.
How are you, Professor Raghu?
Sir, Dr. Raghu always at the rate of happy.com.
Yes, yes. That is wonderful. So what is new happening in the university there?
Sir, we are in examinations going on.
Please don't take exam, just pass everybody.
Our neighboring state, Telangana, has closed all the institutions from today. Lockdown started.
Oh, okay, okay.
Situation is still alarming.
No, the second wave has already come.
Yeah, yeah.
And
are you teaching from on internet, or are you teaching on internet, or
mostly it is still internet? It is mostly still online. Yeah.
All right. How is the situation in India about the pandemic?
We had a better control, and the vaccination started. But what happened that some of the states, they opened their airport for international flights, and there is no control for domestic flights. Around 5 states, they have they are witnessing the second wave now, which is quite serious. So
Douglas, please mute your microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
In some of the states, the situation is getting alarmed, so we have to be careful.
It's the same here, actually. Sometimes that's under control, but sometimes out of control, and we are not sure that this pandemic will be over. We are hoping that will be very soon, but we have still a long way to go.
Yes, yes. Professor Raghu, I think we must start because Dr. Aksu has some other engagements.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
First,
Sure.
you can give some remarks, then Dr. Douglas. After that, I will introduce our friend Dr. Okan. Okay.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Thank you, Professor Sharma-ji, Okan, Dr. Okan from Turkey, Dr. Douglas, and all the participants for slowly joining. I have pleasure in inviting to this 3 weeks faculty development program being scheduled to commemorate National Science Day 2021 in association with Ambedkar University, Delhi, IQAC wing, and various online technologies, tools with both national and international distinguished guests. This particular program is inaugurated formally on 28th February in view of the National Science Day. And from 11th onwards, because of the municipals held in our state, we could not continue from 1st March. And from 11th to 31st, it is scheduled with one distinguished guest from foreign countries and resource persons from within India. And the science, engineering, arts faculty, they have joined. About we have received 200 plus registrations, but slowly some of them are joining. 100 reached one's peak stage because the capacity of this Zoom is 100, and now 50-60 people are joining every day. And hands-on experience is the ultimate goal of this particular faculty development program, which is designed in such a fashion that you will be exposed to all the participants, are exposed to the teaching learning processes through online, and also with hands-on experience, as myself and Professor Sharma-ji and other resource persons have been telling. And this practice is the ultimate thing to continue with all these tools, all these devices, all these technologies. We need to practice. Myself engaged with at least 1 hour every day after completion of this session to gain experience. Even then, I'm not confident. Then I am asking the persons, resource persons, because their mobile numbers have also been given by Professor Sharma garu. And like that, we need to enrich our knowledge in this particular domain of online teaching learning processes are concerned. As usual, 1 year back, we are not aware of all these things. Now we are partially on tune with these technologies and tools. And if second wave and other lockdown situation arises, we must be prepared ourselves to cope up with those challenges. With this, I request Professor Sharma-ji to introduce our distinguished guest. Thank you.
Yes, certainly. I'm very happy. First of all, Dr. Okan, namaste. And friends, I was eagerly waiting for Dr. Okan to join us because there are few interesting things about him. And those of you who are from the field of journalism or who love journalism and broadcasting, you are going to be, immensely benefited by his presence among us this afternoon. So a brief about Dr. Okan Aksu. He graduated from the Journalism and Broadcasting Department at Anadolu University, which is, as you know now, in Turkey. He has his expertise in the field of advertising and public relations department. And so he graduated from that discipline. And after that, he completed his master's degree as well as the PhD degree. Yes, Dr. Praveen Sharma, thank you so much. From the same department, Journalism and Broadcasting Department. In addition to that, please see his dedication for social causes. He has worked for HIV/AIDS. That is, a real, pandemic just came this, but the menace of HIV/AIDS, it has been bothering us for quite some time. Even Microsoft chairman, means Mr. Bill Gates, he has also taken it so seriously that he established a special funding initiative for that. So in addition to Dr. Okan has worked on feminism, human rights, and social media. Now, the best part about him is that I'm very happy to tell you that he is an award-winning blogger and software developer. And his blog that he is editing has been the most widely read in Turkey with around 23 million readers. That is a very big number. And really that is wonderful to know about that. He has millions of fans, followers for his work. Another specialty of Dr. Okan Aksu is that he also works as an interpreter, and he has translated some academic books. He's also the writer of a novel that is in the process of printing, and we are eagerly waiting that it comes into the market, and particularly for us, if it is in English, then definitely we are going to join, means reading it. In fact, I think I can show you our library. You can see at the back there. My daughter has a lot of books. Anything new comes, she immediately places the order on Amazon.com, and we love reading. I think I had some books right with me here. So with these few words, Dr. Okan Aksu, thank you so much for joining with us. And now I request you to share your insights and knowledge with us. Over to you. Thank you so much.
First of all, namaste, professors, and thank you very much for that great invitation. And it's a pleasure to be here with you in this international area and sharing my presentation, which will be had a few minutes later. And I also see here that we have some Turkish listeners and attenders here, such as Professor Zeynep and Asuman and Hülya, Professor Hülya, yes, from my colleagues.
We welcome them all. In fact, I wanted to say their names, but thank you. You have pronounced their name. Thank you.
They are actually colleagues of me. We are working in the same department in Turkey. And as you told it, as you mentioned before, I'm working on social media and human rights and pandemic as well. And this is the second biggest pandemic in this century after HIV. Now we are having COVID. And after that COVID, we don't know what will happen actually, but hoping that that will be end very soon. So I have a presentation here to share with you today. Let me share it with you first. I guess that's somewhere here. Yeah, I just got it. And today I will be speaking about digital communication and artificial intelligence, and from a historical perspective, actually. I will start my presentation from the beginning part of that structure, communication structure, and also the futuristic structures as well. What is waiting us in the future, and what are the benefits of this kind of technologies we are going to have today. Actually, the first of all, I would like to have a look at the history of communication in a historical respect. We can see on that chart that the communication of history was a little bit slowly growing technology over the centuries, actually. All the biggest and the greatest technological developments are held in the last 50 years. From the telegram.
Dr. Okan, can you make it full screen, please, by clicking on?
All right, I will just try it. Maybe Yes, is it better for you now?
Yes, yes,
I
wonderful.
hope that you may see
Because,
better.
because this is a lovely slide. I wanted to see it in detail.
I will be also sharing. I will be also sharing with you this presentation as well, and then I will be replying your questions on our WhatsApp groups as well. Yeah, when we are talking about the communication, let me find my pencil here, digital pencil here. There is a breaking point here, just here, after the telephone and the radio technologies. As you know, because of the military needs of the world, all the story started with ARPANET. ARPANET is actually the first computer communication system was created by United States in the Cold War time, actually. Then when the internet just came out and separately widely used by in many groups all over the world, everything about the communication changed on the structure. How came this is happening? Let me go to the, yes, I will just try to change my, I will just try to go to forward on my presentation. Yes, here. What is happening with internet and the communication? I may refer that the Web 2.0 was the actually beginning of the story, our story. The first websites, we call them actually Web 1.0, which was widely used in the 19th. When it comes to the 2000 years, Web 2.0, the social web, just came out, and it was a very new technology, and also refers many managers, many useful tools for all of us. Web 2.0 is social web, refers to some websites that emphasize user-generated content, easy of use, and culturally and interresponsively for end users. No need to learn coding for the computer system, comparing the Web 1.0, because if you were trying to create some content for the internet in the Web 1.0 time, you had to learn how to code actually. But in the Web 2.0, there was no need to coding information or the knowledge as well. Basically, Web 2 is known as social media, but it refers introduction-based website. Social media is websites based on actually the sharing culture we are having today. Just we are having also today. I'm from Turkey and sharing my presentation to you. This is all refers to social media. So if we come to the next point, we could just say the communication had a revolution with Web 2.0. There are some benefits for the users, and let me just speak about the benefits firstly. Web 2.0 provides the user a freedom. What was that freedom? What it refers actually, time, place, and the content, and there was no limitation. So the time was not important, the place was not important, and the content sharing was very easy, and that was a new technology for all of us. But if we speak today, it is a little bit getting an old generation technology, and I will explain you why. What is behind Web 2.0? Social media platforms today work with actually the user's data. The data is everything, and according to one research held in the United States, the user's data is much more expensive than the gold. Even it is actually much more privileges and expensive. The data provides the user a better social media experience, but behind of that technology, it is all economic content actually. With that data, which is used by the social media platforms, is creating the personalized content for all the users, or we are told that it is doing that job. So I will go again. I'm just lost here. Sorry for it. I can see where my yeah, here it is. Sorry for the technological problems here I'm having. All right. Now I will go to the next one. Yes. And personal information is very important and very expensive. But what does that personal information mean for the social media side? In the technological view, big data is a term that describes a large volume of data, both structured or unstructured, that by indicates a business on today day-to-day basis. Today, the biggest big data provider in the world is actually social media. Before the social media, of course, there were some providers for the big data, and I will speak about in the next chapter of my presentation. And the big data helps analyze the made on this big data provides are personal traits, hobbies, future predictions, recommendations for where you have been or where you are, and the future predictions as well. So big data is generally used for a better internet experience. That is what we are called actually. So with the big data, the social media may find that what your hobbies are, what kind of lifestyle you have, or when you are going to buy a new shoes, or when you will go to shopping, or whatever it is. So the big data is used mainly the marketing area. We have a short story about the pregnant woman in Turkey while we are teaching the social media and big data. A woman who gets sick every morning, and she was terrible sick actually, and writes the symptoms on Google. After a while, she constantly sees the pregnancy-related ads on Facebook. And sorry, that is not he, that is she. She asked herself actually a question: why do I keep seeing the pregnancy ads all the time? And that way she realized that she is pregnant. Data processes with the big data generates information about lives of users. While doing with this, it makes use of artificial intelligence. And there is also another story that a man finds himself that he is actually he had a cancer by he is learning by the Google ads as well. So artificial intelligence, AI, and the user information started to be processed with the credit cards in the world. The credit cards we are using, or we have been using for the many years, before the social media, that was the main tool to collect information about the users. So now when we come to the artificial intelligence and the intelligent communication age, the things and the game has been changed a little bit. How it has changed. Artificial intelligence and the intelligent communication, when they came together, use it for the big data analysis with the internet technologies, with IT. However, this does not provide a significant benefit for the user. It provides data for companies and the marketing area. Today, all the computer programs, now we have used it, even the office programs, now have an internet-based version. So that means from the computer programs we bought, there is an evolution here from computer programs to applications, from applications to internet-based application platforms. So what does that mean? That is basically mean that in a while later, let's say about 5 years later, we will not buy any computer programs or any applications, and everything will be done, will be made on the internet-based app platforms very easily. So the Facebook is actually trying to figure out, actually they're figuring out to create a computer is working without any software and any software. Just on the Facebook screen, you can do everything that with your computer. There is no office program, there is no emailing system, just one page, and you can do everything. No computer programs, no applications, just the internet connection will be enough. So from here, from that perspective, I would like to go a little bit further. We call this kind of technologies today Web 3.0 technologies. And the first Web 3.0 technology is actually Google Translate technologies. We call this smart websites that do not need computer programs such as Web 3.0. With Web 3.0, the things behind I will speak about will be possible for all of us. Using a computer, only internet connection without any software, self-learning websites. The Google Translate is the first self-learning website. Actually, when you are offering another perspective of translation to the website, this website is just learning very slowly without any software coding. So this technology will be able to produce everything on a single platform. Actually, that single platform will be just internet platforms. In that age, from Web 1.0, from Web 1.0 age 2, sorry, I'm having a trouble here. Yeah, that's perfectly fine now. From Web 0 to Web 3.0, there are some different effects on the social life. Web 1.0 was one-way communication. There was no opportunities or no abilities to communicate to each other. There was a text and picture-based websites, and on that website we could just read and see the pictures. Web 2.0, that was the two-way communication and information and analysis of data we are having today. Web 3.0 is producing and working all together in a very near future. So this will change all over our lives. How else will be changed? Let me delete all this. Thanks. What we expect from Web 3.0 technologies. The first thing we expect is augmented reality, which we are having now very slowly, and self-learning websites and the applications. The self-learning websites are very important here. So a computer software developer, they are writing tons and tons of codes in a night or in a day. So the self-learning websites will be doing that very easily and by itself. So that there will be no need for extra coding. And Web 3.0 is a Marxist mode of production because there will be no factory, no limit, and no trade laws, just one internet environment. We could produce everything all together. As a doctor, you may have an operation in United States while you are in Turkey. So in that point, you don't have to travel to United States just for one operation, and you could lead the operation from even your house. And what do we expect from that technology is smart cities and homes. That smart cities here that I would like to speak a little bit. So I'm also having my timing so that I won't pass or overtime to you, overtime presentation. That smart cities we are having today, we will have in the near future, will be some much more democratic, some much more environment friendly, and much more economical. We are in an economical way we are planning. So the other one is actually digital money. So there won't be no need banknote or cash or whatever it is. So also you don't need to change or exchange any kind of money while you were traveling. While you are traveling to the US, you don't have to change your currency into American dollars. So digital money will be a local money of all over the world. And that internet technology will bring us actually age of avatars and the robots, what we are expecting and what we are having today. Let me share with you a Microsoft declaration about 1 year ago. Yeah, I guess 1 year ago. They were talking about a new kind of technology. So that kind of augmented reality technology shows us that what Web 3.0 may have do. So let me share you a video here. If you cannot hear everything, there is a subtitles here that you may follow the video. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I think the video is just over here. So. So, the respected professor, this is actually end of my presentation, and I will be sharing to you and with you. And from just Web 1.0 to that augmented reality time and the hologram and avatars time to H, actually, sorry, we are having a really, really big change in that technological area, also in communication. So that development technology refers us a new world without borders, language barriers, and also any kind of problems such as visas or such as international problems. So in near future, the sharing the knowledge, sharing the information, getting experiences, and also the academic life will be much more easier than today. So these professors will be over in a very soon, and that kind of communication technology, the visual communication technology, the visual, also the voice, and also the hologram technology, when all this comes together, we will ask this question: what is the reality? So the main question here is we have to ask to ourselves is, what is reality when it comes to technology? So thank you very much for listening me, and I will be sharing my presentation with you in our WhatsApp groups, and I will be replying your questions over there. Thank you again.
Over to Professor Sharma.
I was muted. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Okan. It's a wonderful presentation. In fact, there are few interesting things, and that's why I was keeping quiet so that I can completely listen to it. Particularly about that digital money thing, it's wonderful. You know, otherwise you have to carry, and then everywhere you change your money, and the bank will always deduct some commission. So when you convert it from lira to US dollar, you pay something to the conversion point. And then again, when you convert it, so it is every time when we convert that money, it happens with us. And so that's a good thing. And this hologram thing is wonderful. In fact, in India, our Prime Minister, he also used this before the election, I think during the election time, when he was simultaneously present at 300 places. So his holographic image was there. So yeah, that technology was, but it is not easy. Means it is not yet commercially available. So thank you so much for, and in fact, it was a very interesting thing to listen that how the power of internet has progressed from stage of Web 1 up to this stage of Web 3.0, when there are so many things, and this natural language processing, text to speech, these things, they are happening around us. So that is wonderful. Some of our members who are present here in this session, they want to ask some question, but let me place on record my great appreciation for you and our colleagues like Julia and some other members, I think, if they are still present in the session, then thank you so much for joining with us. And let us take some questions.
Dr. Ramesh, actually, I really have to leave right now because my class is waiting for me. Actually, I'm a little bit 10 minutes late. Yes. So could we be so kind to chat on the or WhatsApp group? That is fine for you?
Yeah, sure. We will gather the question. I will send it to you so that we can inform our
All right.
colleagues.
Yeah. So thank you very much for invitation again, and hope you have a nice day. And that was a pleasure me to be here with you. And thank you again. And goodbye from Turkey.
Yeah,
thank you, Dr. Wakan, for your nice presentation on artificial intelligence and intelligent communications. And all these are what we are talking in terms of communication systems and artificial intelligence because of the smart materials that are produced in various R&D institutions.
That's true.
And smart people like you, Wakana.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you.
And though yours is a nano presentation, means the time is very tiny, and your Web 1.0 is a irreversible process. Web 2.0 is reversible, and Web 3.0 is a productive in nature. That what you have shown it during your presentation, holograms and all the other things. Hope to see you soon with a big time-bound presentation like a 1.5 hour presentation soon. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much for your kind words, and goodbye for now. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
So, Dr. Douglas, are you there, sir? Can you hear me, Dr. Douglas? I think so. I have pleasure in introducing our distinguished speaker, Professor Sharma ji. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please. It is clear.
Yeah. So we have been witnessing his cheerful face and always lovable, and mostly his unique characteristic property is helping others. He's always trying to resolve any sort of issue. Any question is posed to a resource person, he is unable to answer. He is ready with multiple answers. So that is the uniqueness of Professor Sharma ji. And because it is a customary to introduce our, though it is not needed at this stage, but it is a customary to this FDP program to introduce our speakers. That is the reason why I take it as a privilege to introduce Professor Sharma Garu and Dr. Professor Ramesh Sharma, teaches instructional design at Ambedkar University, Delhi, India. Earlier, he has taught educational technology and learning resource at Wawasan Open University, Malaysia. He is an expert in open and distance and technology mediated learning and has served as a visiting professor at Universidade do Estado da Bahia, UNEB, Salvador, Bahia, Brazil, visiting professor at University of Fiji, Commonwealth of Learning at Director of the Commonwealth Educational Media Center for Asia, New Delhi, Regional Director of India, Indira Gandhi National Open University, India, and Director of Distance Education at University of Guyana, South America. He had been a member of advisory group on human resource development for the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD. While at University of Guyana, he also collaborated with UNDP for its enhanced public trust, security, and inclusion EPTSI project. Volunteer Service Overseas VSO and United Nations Volunteer UNV to develop suitable educational opportunities for communities and youth. He is editing Asian Journal of Distance Education since 2003 and has been associated with several other peer-reviewed journals, including SSCI, Scopus Journals as reviewer, editor and editorial advisory board member in the field of open and distance learning, an author, editor of several books and research papers on educational technology, educational multimedia, and e-learning. And Dr. Sharma is a practitioner promoting open educational resources, OER. He has been a trainer and a capacity builder in the field of educational technology and has supervised doctoral research in the field. He has conducted workshops, evaluation activities for IGNO, CEMCA, COL, UNCTAD, and Aga Khan Foundation, and now Andhra University also. And now I request Professor Sharma ji, please. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Now I have pleasure in inviting. So I'm whether my voice is audible or not, I am just checking.
No.
So I have pleasure in inviting, always cheerful, and I always derive pleasure while talking or chatting with him. Sir, our participants are eagerly waiting for your lecture presentation. Over to Professor Sharma garu.
Okay, thank you. In fact, I was thinking that there is no need of, but internet, as Dr. Okan just now told, that you cannot hide. It will tell you everything about you. You just put the name into the Google, and if you have done anything in the past, which is available online, you cannot hide it.
Yes.
So, okay, friends, thank you so much. And today I'm going to discuss with you a very, interesting topic, which is very relevant for all of us, because in the your role as a teacher, you need to get engaged into research also. And means I'm not going into those kind of factors what the UGC has come up, and about the, okay, thank you Taluruji and thank you Parveen for your kind goodwill. So here are that how do we handle the references in a research. This is very important area. As Professor Raghu just now informed you, I have been a editor and on the editorial board of various journals, which are Scopus based, which are ESCI, which are SSCI, which are Web of Science index journals, like British Journal of Education Technology. I think I showed you in on that day or second or third day when I had to take an emergency session. British Journal of Education Technology, which is one of the top rated journal in the field of education technology, like that. We as editors regularly face a problem that when we receive the research articles, the referencing is one of a big problem. Yesterday, some university requested me, university professor, a student is going to be registered for PhD under him, but he wanted my opinion on the research synopsis of his student and requested me that can I go through the research proposal of his student so that they do not face serious objections during the pre-synopsis, viva and those things. So I was reading it and I found that there were many areas of improvement I could tell them, including the title, a change in the title, because title is so much important that particularly not for doing research, but for PhD registration, that once the title is registered, you cannot change it. Means you can change it, of course, but it has to undergo through all the university processes, delaying your PhD maybe another 4, 5, 6 years. You never know. Depends on how efficient that university is where you are registered. But other things you can change. You can change the objectives, you can change the methodology, you can change your sample. Other things are means within your reach. But title, once it is registered, it is something like the registering the title of a movie. So if you have booked Bahubali, then other people, they cannot register for Bahubali. They may have to come up with something, Mera Bahubali or Tera Bahubali, something like that, which is different. Something is same thing here. The another important thing is methodology part, which is normally we find that not properly represented into the research. Based on your objectives, what methodology you are going to follow, that needs to be explained clearly, and justification be given that if you are going for experimental or historical or cause effective or what, why. That is very important. And then based on that, so the references part, the citations part, they are not dependent on a particular section. You need to cite the researches during introduction part. You need to cite it, means it's a full section. Particularly in PhD work, it goes at the review of related literature. In research articles which you write for a journal, then it is not necessary that you have a separate section of related literature, because there you can inbuilt into the introduction and other headings there. And then we need to either support, means take the help of relevant related literature when you analyze your data. You give the inferences, you discuss it, you analyze it at that time there. So it involves a lot of things, and there it becomes very important to follow certain things which are essential as a researcher for you. And researcher not only in the sense of that you have to write a research paper for that. Even if you are writing some course material, or if you are preparing something for online thing, definitely we do not know, we can't create whole of the material on means ourselves. We need to depend on the knowledge generated by others. And when we deal with knowledge generated by others, then we need to be careful, as we discussed it in our last session on plagiarism. So plagiarism part is over. Today we are going to see that what are the challenges which we face and how to overcome those when we are dealing with reference management. So that is there. First thing is, what is a citation? You see, this is my journal, Asian Journal of Distance Education. So the first question is, what is a citation? And let us do one thing. Let me ask you this question. I will change my screen. Okay, the question is, what is a citation? And let me create a tool showing it to you so that you can also use it in your presentations. I think we shared it in some of our previous one. So this is called as idea boards. It is here, and let me share the, where is the link for that? Okay, I need to, okay. Dr. Parveen will post the link if he is in the chat. Okay, it goes more and chat, everyone, and here it comes, this website. So that it's you can use. Now this website is very interesting, and we can do the practice on how to use it. So here it is simple, and it doesn't, although you can create your own login from here, but it is not compulsory. If you want, you can create it, and it works on various browsers like Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. You can use it, and then it is simple to use it. You need to create your idea board. Simply click on create, and let me see. Okay, it is here. You need to create your idea board. So name, here we can see the name of this board is Citation Management. Description is, what is a citation? Now, there are certain situations in which you can create different sections. So for example, if we have some question on which we need to have groups, some will be speaking in favor of it, some will be speaking against it, that situation may arise, something like. So then you can create sections, 1 section, 2 section, 3 section, 4 section, 5 section. You can see there are a wide variety, means a range of things, and you can see here 6 thinking hats, to-dos, starfish perspective, retrospective, like those things, they are also there. So section title, if you are having it, then here, since we are having a simple one, so we will keep the same. Then you need to tell to the computer that you are not a robot, and simply click on create. So this is the idea board which is created now, and what you need to do is you need to simply copy this link and share this link with your class. Like here, I'm going to paste it into the chat box of Zoom. So, and you can use your mobile phone, you can use your computer to access it. Just click on that link. After that, you will reach this page as you are seeing it on my screen. What you need to do, you need to click on this green plus icon, and it will open a sticky note. Here you need to type your answer. And then after you type your answer, you can click outside. Just click outside on the screen, and it will be saved. So my question for you is, what is a citation? Kindly share your answer. Click on this icon of a green button in the plus sign, and then it will open a sticky note. Type your answer, click outside, it will be saved. So I'll give you 1 minute, not a lengthy one, just what do you understand by the word citation? Those of you who are using mobile phone, you can also try by clicking on the link mentioning someone's work. Very good. There is a danger that you can overwrite the work of someone. So please see that you create your own sticky note. This is right answer, mentioning someone's work. Okay. Any other view? Mentioning someone's work as a reference. Okay. Very good. Someone has upvoted this answer. If you noted previously it was 0, now there is +1, now it is +2. So it means the people, they are liking this answer. This is how we upvote it. Upvote means supporting it, liking it. As in social media, you like a post. So here also, that is liking the post. Okay. So good. Now it is 4. So this indicates that you know that how this utility will work. And then if you can click on this export, very good. taking a concept for information from a source. And okay, this is coming here. Now this gives you the facility to export your board. You want to keep it saved for future reference. Actually, this is going to be helpful for you for your research also, in such a way that if you are taking note when you are visiting some websites, you can keep on adding these sticky notes here, and then you can simply go to export and save this board as PDF or Excel, depending on if it has numerical data or in what form you are asking it to save your data during when you configure your board at that time. So this way, if I click on PDF, then it will open it and it will save. It will ask where needs to be saved, and then that can be saved as a. So I will, if you just see, you can click on save. It has been saved, and if you click on, and it is saved with the name. So here, this was the question, and these were the answers submitted. And if there are any votes to that, it will show it. So, automatically everything is saved with you, which you can, you may not be, okay, I need to, here. So this way it has saved. So there you now keep all your information which you have obtained from the participants. So that goes. So now, okay, let me come back to my presentation. So what is a citation? Citation is that when you refer to the work done by someone, you want to tell the world that this is the person whose work you have referred to. Like this is our editorial, and this editorial has received many citations, on which on this screen currently now you see two references, two citations are there. One is, at the end of the day, the lesson learned was so simple, with online or offline, the world is a global village. It was a statement by Marshall McLuhan, who said it in 1962. And there is then another citation, a butterfly flapping its wing in Asia can cause a hurricane all around the world, by Lawrence in 1972. So this is a citation. Here it is called as in-text citation, within the text. And then we need to tell to someone. So then it's full details. We will come to that next. Okay, so this is here. Okay, this is a paper. I will share the link with you. Let me okay, share it right now. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me go to this and share that link with you. Chat, everyone, and here. You may be requiring this paper. Where is my presentation? Okay, here. Now, what happens? Nowadays, you do not depend only on research articles for citation. You may need sometimes any information which has appeared in social media. Social media means YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all these social media applications. Because people nowadays, many professors I know, they sometimes send tweets, like Professor M.M. Pant. He is very regular on blogs. Professor Dr. Praveen Sharma told you how to create a blog. So if you are referring to a blog by someone, how to cite that. So I have in this my paper, I have given you the formats, that in what way the citations appearing in social media can be referred to in your work. So you can download it. It is a free paper for you. Now, when you deal with okay, just a minute, let me shrink this window. It appears on my screen when we use the web browser, this video conferencing software. Now, if it is a book, how to cite from the book? And as you can see from the screen, there are 3 styles here: MLA, APA, and Chicago style. So in case of a book, what you need to pay attention to is that who is the author. An author can be as an author or as an editor. So that you need to see. The title of the book, from where it has been published, the publication, the publisher, when it has been published, and page numbers if needed. Sometimes you need to tell the page numbers of that book. So that goes with the book. Then comes journal. This IRODL, the International Review of Research in Open and Distributed Learning, is a Web of Science and Scopus, very popular. So my article was published in this journal in 2001 on online delivery programs, a case study of IGNOU. So if it is a journal article, how do you cite it? You need to see who is the author or multiple authors. What is the title of the article? What is the journal title, means name of the journal, date of publication, page numbers. In case of journal, we always mention page numbers. And then sometimes we give, there are, the URL nowadays, because most of the journals, they are online journals, they are not print based. Then you need to give the URL or DOI of that journal. Then news appearing in the newspapers. How do we cite a newspaper item? For that, you need to see who is the author. Now, there can be 2 situations in case of newspaper. Either as a correspondent, like Dr. Parveen Sharma is from communications field, or Dr. Okan Aksu, you just heard him in the before my session for his presentation. So if they are the correspondent, then their name will be in the newspaper on that article, on that news below that. But sometimes the newspaper, they may not print the name of the person. They may type something like Times New Network or something. They use their name, but still the name should be there. And without name, they won't publish it. And in case if it is only the news and the news item, the title and the news item, then still you can mention that outlet, that the publication as such there. Say, for example, Times of India or Illustrated Weekly of India, or whatever that publication name is. Then the name of that article or the news, the name of the newspaper, the section title. Section title means whether it is, sometimes if it is printed in the sports section or economic section or entertainment section or editorial or science section, etc. Most of the newspapers nowadays, they put the news as per its value on a particular section. So we can check that where it is and the page number on which. Nowadays, the newspapers, they also come in a hefty volume. Say, I have seen that 40, 50 pages, means it is a whole lot of bundle being printed by them. This is the most common thing, citing a website, because the website can be either a research website for a journal or a normal website of anything, like Dr. Parveen Sharma, he has his website of on Anchor, or he has his own blog, eklavyaparv.com. So if you want to cite those things, how to cite them? So in case of a website, you need to see that who is the author on that website, the article and the publication title, wherever it is there, as well as the URL. And most often nowadays in APA 7, they have dropped the date that when this site was accessed. but it is a good idea. The reason being that sometimes the website, the web page is changed, or the publisher may delete. Suppose Professor Raghu created a page on his website, and after 1 month he thinks that this is irrelevant now, and he deletes that page. But if some person has already cited that page, and when a reader who reads that article wants to see that website, they won't find that page because Professor Raghu has deleted that page. And that's why sometimes we use the date that I accessed that website on this date. At that time, the page was available. So that is just to take care of that. Otherwise, no, it's not essential on that matter. If you want to cite an interview, then because the interview can be a very important interview, some educationist, some scientist, or someone who is relevant to your work, you want to cite them. If they had said something very useful in an interview, then name of the interviewer, who was interviewed, what was the context of that interview, when that interview was held, and where it is broadcast, or it appeared into the print medium, something like that. We need to tell it. Then how to cite, say for example, a podcast. So you need to have the website URL, the platform, like here it is Anchor, and at the bottom of the page you can see it's how it will appear as a citation. That first is the author, Sharma Parveen. Normally we keep the surname as the first one. So, and then you have a treasure within yourself because that is the name of this particular podcast. Then it is an audio blog post. We need to tell it. What is a podcast? Podcast is an audio blog post. If it is a text-based, then it is simple normal blog post. For a blog entry, we write it as a blog post. Means like you post some message in what is that? You use it for your WhatsApp or those things. So that is a post, a posting in a social media chat medium, something. Teacher Parv is the name of the portal which he has created. This page was accessed on 20th June 2020 from this website, anchor.fm/ like that. So that is the way to go with that. Now, those of you who are from the performing arts field, and if you are referring to a play, how that needs to be cited. Say, for example, here the inline citation offers the part of that play, the scene number and the line numbers, which are separated by periods. For example, here 4.452, it refers that it is the scene 4 and the line 452. So that goes. For example, in Eugene Onegin rejects Tanya when she is free to be his and only decides he wants her when she is already married. Pushkin, because it was written by Pushkin. You can see Alexander Pushkin and Eugene Onegin. They are the authors of this play. And Pushkin says it at this scene 4, line 452 there. And within the bracket 10, what is there, we will come it soon, because that is our reference which goes into the end. If there is a poem, how do you cite it? For example, this is a poem by Dr. Bhavna Batra. She is with MIT University in Noida. And she is a wonderful poet. So there is this Nature's Divergence, which was published on 28th June 2020. And the noisy boisterous evening and the mute silent, the dusk and the darkness remain side by side, like the turbulence and clang in the waves and like that. So this is the point. If you want to cite it, how do you do it? Here we use spaced slashes to indicate separate lines of the poem and parenthetical citation including the line number. For example, here, nature has a symmetrical role play, quiescence and cacophony fancy together. So within the text, the in-text citation will go as Batra, the name of the author, comma, lines 8-9. And then at the end of that, the full reference will go there. Then to identify anything, we need a unique identifier. One of the unique identifier is ISBN. So what is ISBN? Can somebody type into the chat box the full form of ISBN? In addition to those things which I have told you, we need certain unique identifiers. There are various kind of unique identifiers available with the text. Anything which has been published gets a unique identifier. So in case of books, we get ISBN. The international, okay, I think there is some answer in the chat box. Yes, Dr. Taluru, Indian standard. Are you sure whether it is Indian or international? Yes, Renuji, you are right. International standard book number. Because every book, to differentiate it, there it goes with like that. So you need to take it. It gives you immediately, you don't need any other thing if you have the ISBN number. If you type it into or through the scanner, when they hold it against that barcode reader, as you see it on the screen, the barcode reader will tell everything about that product or that publication. So this is ISBN. That is in case of books. But what about in case of journals? In case of journals, we use ISSN. So what is the full form of ISSN? Okay, please go to the chat box again and type what is ISSN. International Standard Serial Number. Very good. So there, that is in case of journals, we use the serial number. So there it is book number, here it is the serial number that is given. Yes, Yamunaji, thank you so much. And Saritaji, you are right. Wonderful answer. So this is here in case of the journals, we use ISSN. But then there are some others also. Like this is my book on e-learning. And here, in addition to ISBN, because it is a book, we got DOI also. And this book it has been indexed into the Scopus and some other databases also. So there, we published it in 2006. We got DOI also. Now, what is DOI? Okay, I will wait for somebody to type into the chat box what is DOI and why it is important. Yes, Ritaji, digital object identifier. Wonderful. Thank you so much. This is correct answer. Now my question is, friends, everybody must have read it. This is called as digital object identifier. Now the question is, nowadays, the journals, if you have written a research article recently, the editor must have told you to refer DOI. Previously, we used to refer URL of that website or where, because this book details are available on the internet also. Nowadays, we prefer DOI. Why? What is the reason? Who will tell? This is very important for you to understand. Why DOI is gaining prominence, why it is considered as more important as compared to mentioning URL. Okay, Yamuna ji, it is unique, but the real reason is something else. Who can tell why we prefer DOI over URL? Can help reader to find document from a citation. Okay, Renuji, yes, it can help a reader to find a document from the citation, but that help can come through URL also. There is another reason which makes DOI very powerful. Okay, please try more. Anybody giving a try, thinking what can be the reason? Identification of citation even URL. Yes, Ritaji. That's a right answer. Thank you so much. Now the reason is, please understand, the URL may change. As I just gave the example a few minutes ago. If Professor Raghu has written a page on a website, that page, can you please hold on? Somebody is regularly calling. Okay, friends, tomorrow there is a conference of NCERT. I'm a speaker there. I had kept my phone on mute, but I was seeing that they are non-stop calling me. I thought that let me tell that till 6 o'clock I'm busy. Yes, Dr. Parveen, DOI has gained great importance during these days in getting papers acknowledged due to the reason which Saritaji has rightly mentioned that the DOI is permanent, URL is not permanent. That is the difference. And that's why nowadays you should also try to find, there is another important thing. I know that Dr. Raghu is recording this session. So I clearly refuse to, admit it that I said it, even if it is recorded there. I will not admit that I said that. But there is another interesting thing. Those of you who are research scholars, you may be knowing about Miss Alexandra. Who knows about her? Miss Alexandra. She is the queen of pirates. Somebody knows about her? Can type into the chat box if you have heard her name. And she is she is popularly known as the queen of the pirates because she has developed an algorithm, a software, Sci-Hub, and if you are trying to access an article, which is a paid article, which is asking you to subscribe or to pay it, if you have its DOI, you go to the website and type that DOI, yes, Sci-Hub, and you type that DOI, you can download that paper. So that is you can see now this power. URL may not give you that paper, but DOI, it gives you the paper. But that is there. And now the publishers, they have, she has been sued in many countries, and it is believed that she has gone under hiding because the people, they are looking for her, particularly the publishers, because they say that this is our business interest harming by that. But that website is very popular among the research scholars, those who are not in a position financially to subscribe to that. Yes, Dr. Pavitra Kumar Jaina, you are right. And Rajiv Datta has rightly mentioned her name, Alexandra. So that is there. But you see the power of DOI in that case. That gives you, it remains permanent. It won't change. With that particular object, once you assign it to a particular content, it will stay there. And that's why it has become a choice for the editors and journals. So this is called as DOI. Now, there is another unique identifier. It is called as PMID. Who will tell what is PMID? Any response? PMID. Okay, there is one response. NCBI PubMed. Yes, Dr. Ranjani, you are right. It is called as PubMed. And from the name, you can see that this is related to the medical research, the health sciences related research. You can see it on the screen. All these, the three researches which are here, they pertain to that. And that's why they have been assigned a PMID 2585548 for the first article, 2585556 for the four-way mixing experiments with extreme ultraviolet transient gratings, and like that. In medical side, they have a different unique system of giving an identification to a particular article that is called as the PMID. So they call it as PubMed, which is related to biomedical research. Okay, so if you are dealing with biomedical research, there you won't find DOI, there it will be PMID. Now let us have a look at the various systems of citation. So citation means, what is a citation? There are two systems of citations broadly. One is the Vancouver system. In Vancouver system, you have either a footnote or endnote. Whether it uses a sequential numbers in the text, which are either, there's a parenthetic means within put in that, either as a superscript or subscript or whatever the system is followed from there. And the parenthetical referencing, in which it is also known as the Harvard style, where you put it within in the text and at the end as a reference within the circular brackets, the citation, it goes into there. This is an example of Vancouver style. Say, for example, this is a text from our article, and in the beginning of the presentation, I showed it to you, that article. So during the COVID-19 pandemic with similarity, dissimilarity, etc., what we said that. So one way to cite is if you are quoting this, you put one at the end of this quote, and then either as a footnote, which will come at the bottom of the page, that particular page, or as a end note, which will go to the end of the article. You have the full reference. Okay. So now I want you to tell me what is the difference between a in-text citation and a reference. Please type into the chat box the difference between in-text citation and reference. Hello? 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 Huh? In text citation, we are mentioning only the first author name. Okay, Yamuna ji. But okay, then what will be the reference? If it is in text citation, then what will be the reference? This is good attempt. This is, so far it is right. But how do we differentiate it from the reference? Okay, please try. Because you need to understand it. Since you all are involved in the research, you will need to understand the difference. Okay, in reference, we are mentioning every author with page number and ISBN number, etc. Yes, Yamunaji, thank you so much. This is right answer, but let me elaborate it. In text, we do not write complete details. Yes, Venkatramanji, for in-text citation, within the text, whatever comes within the article is known as in-text citation. And there we follow two styles majorly. In engineering and in scientific research, we put the number within square brackets. IEEE system, if you remember that. Or if it is humanities, art, social sciences, etc., there within curly within the round brackets, as you see on the screen, the footnote, the word footnote within these round brackets, it is given. The name of the author means only the surname and the year. Both these things, they are essential. That is in-text citation. But reference, which goes at the end, as you said here, full details of that article or book or whatever that content is. So please remember. Now my another question to you is, you must have heard that, what is the difference? And this is another problem. I don't know if somebody here, please excuse me, but I'm tempted to take the name. Is any one of you here from University of Mysore? Because I'm really irritated with them. Few years ago, they sent me a research thesis that sir kindly evaluate it. So, and PhD thesis with around more than 300 pages. I received it by post, a very thick, heavy volume. And I read each page, prepared my detailed comments. And the horrible research it was, I gave a lot of comments and told the supervisor that please get this corrected. So after 2 months, they sent me the thesis again. You will be surprised that they changed nothing. Yes, literally nothing. And my major objection was on the references. I told them that please don't print bibliography into it. Give the references. So I will continue with that. But first, my question is, what is the difference between a reference and bibliography? Who will tell? The difference between a reference and bibliography. Come on. This is a simple question and important question. You need to know the difference between a reference and a bibliography so that you do not commit that mistake. The funny thing about that university, the supervisor later told me that, sir, this is our university style. And the meager, I think it is now around how much? 8-9 years? They promised me that, sir, we will pay you 1,000 rupees for that. I told them that they never paid me. But I told them, I don't need your money, but just complete it. And they never did that. After that, they didn't send me the thesis. They must have found some other person who must have approved that thesis to be awarded to that scholar. Anyway, Dr. Vasanta says reference we must use in the thesis. And Venkatraman, the quotations or the resources that are used in our work. Reference is the work cited. Rudresh ji is saying, okay, what is bibliography? This is okay. For reference, it is okay. The number of books referred. Okay, Mardula ji, you are near there, but it is not the number of books. Here, everything, whatever you have used it, anything which we have, okay, just let me expand it. Anything that we have referred and do not? Yes, Venkat Ramanaji. Your answer is perfect answer. And Dr. Pavitra says, references include sources that have been directly cited in your work, but bibliographies on the other hand contain all the sources that you have used for your paper, whether they're directly cited or not. Yes, this is very good answer. Dr. Pavitra Kumar, Dr. Venkataramana, and Dr. Ranjani says list of all references. Yes, that is the difference, and you should remember it. Bibliography means whatever you can find. So bibliography, you can say as we say in glossary or the database. It is not essential that whatever is in the bibliography has gone into your research as a reference. The reference is that which you have cited, which you have quoted in your text, in your main body of your work. That is a reference. But those people, they were not ready. They say that, no, sir, it is our university style. So I said them, okay, thank you very much. But I cannot say yes. Actually, their purpose was, कि sir, isko हाँ बोल दो, isko degree award हो जाएगी. But I said that I cannot do that. You can find some other person. And I think they did that only because I never heard back from them. But see, and I think you may be knowing this is nowadays, even UGC is not talking about it. But I think 3 years ago, UGC has constituted a committee, and they were saying that around more than 10,000 PhD theses which have been submitted to the Indian universities, they are going to review them because of the poor quality of them. So this is one of the reasons of the poor quality. Our research scholars, they do not know the difference between a reference and a bibliography, and blindfoldedly they keep on following that. So there was, I think you can find it in, just make a Google search on UGC PhD thesis revision review, something like that, and it will show you all the UGC orders of that there. They came up with that scheme. I don't know what is the latest status of that, but they were really worried about the poor quality of the work being done. And that's why nowadays it is essential. You need to have Urkund report, and you need to upload your thesis so that others can see. At least the people secretly, they will not be stealing it. It is easy, available, you refer to it and go with that. So that's why this here it is within the, at the end in this yellow box, you see within the brackets we have Bojput and Sharma. This is called as in-text citation. And here at the bottom of the page, this is reference. But bibliography will become when anything, everything you find relevant to your work, you have added as an extra resource. The people who are reading your work, you are giving them extra resources. You tell them that I have not used it, but if it is useful to you, you can use that. So that brings us to various styles. There are various styles: APA style, MLA style, Chicago style, blue book, ALWD, ASA, Harvard referencing, Vancouver referencing, and like that. Let us see. And this is going to be important for you. Depending on your discipline, what system normally we follow, normally, broadly speaking. In history and economics, Chicago style. In humanities or internet resources, Columbia style. Harvard style, basically it is recommended by Modern Language Association, which you call as MLA style. They follow this Harvard referencing, which is author date system. Like if you write Sharma, 2020, this is author date. It can be one author, it can be multiple authors, it depends, it doesn't matter. If they are normally, if they are more than 3, we write at all. Up to 3, we can mention their names. Because nowadays collaborative research is very popular. And I have seen that in one of the research papers, there were around 25 authors from different countries. It was a collaborative project. So you cannot mention all those 25 authors. At that time, you just start with the first author and mention at all, and then go ahead with that. Then MLA style is followed in arts and humanities. And in UK, this MHRA is very popular, Modern Humanities Research Association. Those of you who are from legal field, you may be knowing that there are three major systems which are being followed: American, British, and Canadian guide for referring the legal research related to law. They are called it. Now comes the STEM courses and scientific fields. So for chemistry, you have American Chemical Society style. For physics, you have American Institute of Physics, AIP style. For mathematics, AMS style. And IEEE style, which is very popular in the engineering field, is by IEEE style, where basically they put the numbers within square brackets. And in the references, it goes in increasing order of numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it goes into it in the references, and within the text, only the number. There is no author or year goes into it. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4 within square brackets. It goes into it. So now, how to take care of these things? For that, if you want to do it manually, it is a very, very laborious work. It needs a lot of time, many things to be taken care of. That's why there are certain softwares available with us. We call them with these various names. You can call them as reference management software, or citation management software, or company reference software, or personal bibliographic management software, whatever the name. The purpose is the same: to manage your research references. These three tools, they are the most popular ones: RefWorks, Mendeley, and Zotero. You can try any one of them. We will see how to use Mendeley. But before that, you need to know that how to search a database, because you need to search some research for your work. If you are working on, say, COVID-19 and education, normally you will make a Google search of that, but Google will not retrieve all the data. You need to go to JSTOR, to Scopus database, to Academic Search Complete, or somewhere. And your library may be referring, Professor Raghu may be knowing, because he's professor of chemistry, chemical engineering. So his library, his university, Andhra University, may be subscribing to the important databases related to that various disciplines. You need to know that how to search a particular database. For that, what you need to know that how to organize, how to manage, and how to utilize the references which you have gathered. Anywhere you saw a research and you thought that it is good for you, you need to store that, the details about it. For that, these RMTs, they will be useful to you. But the question is that why it is needed? Because, and there are so many things: in-text citations, bibliography, use of correction citation format, etc. And the research scholar is completely confused how to handle all these things. How do you use those things? What use do you make of them? So, as our Professor Raghu's favorite, here comes the Bahubali, to save, as a savior. Yes, Professor Raghu, right? Here comes to save you from that. These are the various tools: Zotero, RefWorks, or Mendeley. Let us see how you can use Mendeley. You can go to the website mendeley.com and you can register yourself free of cost on it. You can go to the Elsevier, or just simply if you type Mendeley into the Google, it will take you to there, create your ID on it, and this is a free account. It will work. Once you create your ID, you will see this kind of your dashboard. On this dashboard, it will show you your library, your data sets, your groups, and articles, suggestions. Automatically, it will show you. Means this is AI enabled thing. If you just let the software know that on which area you are searching information for, it can suggest you articles which you can store in your account here. Means it won't download those papers. It will give you the idea that you can select them, and then if it is useful to you, you can just save its citation or its full reference to be used in your work from there. So it allows you to create a folder, and within a folder you can create subfolders. Say like if I'm working on quantum computing, so I created a folder, and within quantum computing I can create subfolders like that. It is always a good idea to create different folders for different research topics so that it is saved separately, not to get mixed up with other things. It allows you, even if you have downloaded some PDF, it allows you to upload them in your library. You can see on the screen, there is the feed and then the library. There is tab on the top of the screen. There it allows you. It allows you to organize your publications. Your publications means whatever the research you have saved within it from there. This is a good facility of it, the desktop version. So you don't need to stay online every time. If you have downloaded many PDF, so then you simply have it from your folder, just shift them to the Mendeley desktop app, and it will organize your researches beautifully and give you the ready-made references for that, so that you can do. How to do that? You need to, just shift your paper PDF. Say, for example, this is our article, reforming the Open University through local evidence. So we just shifted it, and as soon as we shift it, it creates the metadata for it. Now my next question to you is, what is a metadata? Who will tell what is meaning of metadata? Let me see into the chat box if someone will type it. META, metadata, DATA. What is metadata? Okay, please come, try. The question is, what is metadata? And it is simple. The answer is very simple. Metadata. You must have heard some terms like meta-knowledge, huge data. Okay, Ranjani ji, not exactly right, but to some extent it is near, but it is not the correct answer. Set of data, metadata summarizes back. Yes, Dr. Pavitra. In simple words, I was looking for it, that the simple answer, if somebody asks you in future what is metadata, the simple answer is yes, Rita ji. Summary is a better word than conclusion, because there is a difference between summary and conclusion. The simple answer to say is that data about data. That is called as metadata. The data about data. This is the simple definition of metadata. Now, how it is? Say here, you can see my mouse pointer. We uploaded this research article on the my Mendeley, and here on the right, it automatically displays the metadata. So this is the name of the journal, this is the name of the article, these are the authors, this year, this volume number, this is the ISSN number. Here from the PDF file, it automatically extracts it. And if you think that there is something wrong, it allows you to edit that. It is a good idea to edit that. So this is only what you need to see. I have taken 1 hour to explain these things, but it will take only 5 seconds of you. Only 5 seconds. What to do? Just go to your Mendeley here, put the PDF. As soon as you put the PDF, it will create this metadata to show you that you can check it. And after that, you need to click on this box to the left of the article here, which is you see in the blue color tick mark. As soon as if it is not selected, then it will appear like this. It is blank here, and this ribbon, add to, remove from folder, delete, export to MS Word, you see here, this is gray in color. It means it is not activated. But as soon as you tick mark this button from here, If you click on that, this ribbon will become activate, and it will say, it is saying here, export to MS Word. Only you need to that. Upload the PDF, select that paper. It can be one, it can be many, and simply click on export to MS Word. As soon as you click on export, it will generate this file XML. Save this file anywhere. And then save that file. That's all. That is one part. Second part is open your MS Word. This is your MS Word screen. Click on the References tab on this ribbon. You see File, Home, Insert, Design, Layout, Reference. All the MS Word versions, they have this Reference tab. Go to this Reference tab and click on Manage Sources. And here you need to tell the software the style also. If you click on this drop-down style, APA, MLA, etc., it has many formats supporting it. And below there is bibliography also. Insert citation and bibliography. Citations, and this is under references. It comes as citation and bibliography, or you want to insert it as a endnote or footnote. Everything is available to you here. So you need to click on references and click on manage sources. Then it will open this box. It will ask you to browse. You click on browse and select that XML file which you saved. It will appear here in the left, and from there when you click on copy, it will be added to the current list. So if you have many, here I'm giving you the example of only one, but you can have many. And then see at the bottom of the page, it is showing you citation and its bibliographic entry. This is the difference. Citation means author names and the year, and the bibliographic entry means as a reference how it will go. So this is the authors, this is APA style. That's only simple thing. It will automatically generate. After that, you simply need to click on bibliography or insert citation. Automatically in your MS Word, it will be added. Where your cursor is, it will just add it there. This is inbuilt tool. But remember that if you have Word 2007 or means which is prior to 2010, you may not find this. It is available in the 2010 Word and above, means those which are recent softwares. There it supports it. In addition to that, you can use Google Scholar also. This is free of cost and it works very well. How to do that? Simply go to Google Scholar, but Google Scholar will ask you to verify your institutional ID. Please remember that. So you need to have your institutional ID. Say like in my case, it is aud.ac.in. So it is Andhra University. So it may be au.edu.in or something, whatever that is. You click on, go to Google Scholar, and when you are logged in your Gmail account, click on My Profile or there, and then select the kind of settings. In these settings, it will ask you that what format you need. LibText, EndNote, RefMan, or RefWorks. All are good. Only you need to think that which you are, and here how many results per page you want to see. 10 results, 20, up to 100. Google has no problem. It can display up to 200 results, but your scrolling will increase. So keep it small screen so that you can see all that in one page. After that, in the Google Scholar, type your keyword on which you are searching. Say, for example, if I type blockchain, it will show me these things, and then it will display these results. And here it is automatically showing me import into BibText at the end of that research. Even if it is not showing, it may show you these double quotes icon. You can click on this double quote icon, and then it will open this box. How to cite it? MLA style, APA, Chicago, Harvard, Vancouver, and in what format. So you need to tell your software that which one do you want. Okay, and simple. After that, just click on that. You need to simply click on BibText, and then it will open in a new tab. this text. Simply select it, copy and paste it in a notepad and save that file with any name, but the extension should be .bib. For bibliography, BIB, you need to tell. After that, again, it is very simple. So here, say, for example, it showed me these two results. Please remember these names. The first article is Blockchain Beyond Bitcoin, and the other is a PDF, which is Truth About Blockchain. And I clicked on Import into BibText, and then I saved that file. Then I come to my Mendeley. I click on this Add button, and then it will ask me what I want to add. I want to import the bibtext, that file which I saved. When I click on it, it will open this box and it is asking me to select that file .bib. Here it is in my folder. I have selected it. And once I selected it, automatically those sites, they are added to my library on the top. Blockchain, Beyond Bitcoin, and Truth About Blockchain. After that, I will select these two. As soon as I select these two, export to MS Word becomes activated, and then it exports it as XML. Again, then simple, you go to your MS Word and type, go to your this reference section and insert them there. It is all automated. Means you don't need to type all the full thing into it there. So before it is time going to complete, let me show you an interesting site which will do all your work beautifully. I hope you are seeing my screen now. There is a good thing. It is called as Citation Machine. So let me copy this and share this link with you. Here it is called as Citation. If you don't want to go through that, downloading, Mendeley, installing it, but that will be very good for you if you do that, because you can organize it at your own convenience. But for a quick thing, this is Citation Machine. It is asking you, what do you want to create? Well, you want to create a citation. It also offers you for checking your grammar and plagiarism, but that is not that powerful. So you click on create citations. After that, it is asking you, what do you want? Choose your source, whether it is a website or a book or a journal, or here you see so many things. You remember I told you newspaper, film, online database, any advertisement. Yes, you can quote an advertisement, even Bible, blog, brochure, chapter, conference, congress, court case, database, digital file, digital image, dissertation, editorial, encyclopedia, executive, federal bill, federal report. Modi ji ne koi scheme nikali hai, how to cite that, you can find it. It is a very long list, up to patent, thesis, rights, review, etc., etc. Okay, so for example, we want to cite a website. So you click on the website and it is asking you to search. What do you want to search? For example, I want to search on, say, sodium chloride and teeth. Let us select a paper related to Professor Raghuji. So now it has shown me, if you use salt or baking soda to whiten your teeth, here are something. Okay, let us see. So I want to cite this paper. I will click on cite. And here it is now showing me, it is telling me, here is what we have found. This is the article title. This is the URL of this article. This is the website. It was on CNN website. I have accessed it on 24th of March, 2021, whereas this website was published on this date. If everything is okay, I can continue. Otherwise, I can go back to my results and search something else. I will continue. And then, okay, it is asking me turn off ad blocker. My ad blocker is activated. Okay, for the time being, I am I need to do it again. Okay, no problem. I will block this because it will show you some advertisement. So my ad blocker works with that. Now see something. It is just it was waiting for me. Okay, here. This is finalize the website details. Here it is what I am citing. This is the article. And here, if you need, can find the author is here, Lisa Dreyer. It has automatically, I didn't type it. It automatically found it. This is the URL. This is the date. This is date on which I have accessed. If everything is okay, then you just simply click on complete citation. And then here it is. Here it is, simply. You see the format now, author name, then the year when it was printed, then the name of the article, and it was retrieved from this website. You need to simply copy it, copy, you want to edit, you want to delete, you want to copy in text citation, whatever. And then there is one more thing, it is showing you, no, this is the advertisement that appears. Which style you want to use. APA 7, APA 6, MLA 7, MLA 8. Oh, it has a long list, biotech, 3D printing, 4OER, APAG. You see, with A, it goes up to Z, all kind of styles, which you can use for your work. Okay, so this is how you can use this citation machine for your work. Okay, so yeah, it is 6 o'clock. Over to you, Professor Raghu now. Any questions? Thank you, Ranjani ji. Thank you very much for your cooperation. And I'm happy that today many of you participated actively. And it is good to know that people are attentive in your session. So thank you so much. Okay, is Dr. Douglas there? Otherwise, I will say just bye-bye to all of you. Maybe they have gone. Okay, thank you, Yamuna ji. Thank you, Sarita ji. Yeah, thank you, Renu.
Thank you, sir, from my side as well. Got to know new things.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, Sudhaji. Maybe now we can close. And friends, see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock for another interesting session.
Thank you, Professor Sharma ji, for a wonderful session.
Okay, you are back.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Then take care. And tomorrow there is NCERT conference. If you want to attend that, you are most welcome. I think it is live on YouTube also. They were calling me again and again on my phone. I switched it off. So now I will tell them that, tell me what do you want. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Hello, sir. Sir, could you please send me the feedback form, sir?